Hello, my name is Eduardo, and today I am here with a new tutorial for App Inventor. You can follow this tutorial using App Inventor, or you can use App Builder, Thunkable, or Makeroid. So in this time I will be using App Builder that you can get for free. Okay, so here is App Builder Gold. Okay, and well, basically the idea for today it is to work with a Mario game. I have done this tutorial some time ago. Actually, I did it in 2016. Now, I'm going to remake this tutorial, okay? Because I remember in the past I didn't use many things, okay? Especially, I wasn't that organized, okay? So I will try to remake this video, okay? So, and I will start making it trying to make it not very long, but well, let's try it. Okay, the first thing that we are going to check it is this. Okay, so basically the idea of the game it is to have a Mario, okay, a player collecting the coins when you move the with the buttons. Oh, sorry, in it. And that's it. So let's start making that. Okay, so we're going to make it little by little. Okay, so let's start with the tutorial. For this we're going to work with App Builder, as I told you. Okay, so here we are, and now for that I will create a player and a coin. Right now we are not going to work with the animation of the sprites, but basically with the movement from left to right in App Inventor or App Builder or Thunkable or Makeroid. Okay, so I have these sprites or these files or these images that I exported, okay, as PNGs. Now I have to go to here and I have to upload these files, and these are in images, Inkscape, because I did them with Inkscape, App Inventor, Mario. We upload the player file that it's just a simple square, and then I will upload, this is a rectangle and this is a square, the coin. Okay, so well, now we have these images and we're going to prepare the scene. Okay, so let me pause the video and do it for you. Okay, for the first part I just added two layouts, okay, horizontal layouts. Here in layout I added two layouts. One it's called horizontal arrangement start, and inside of this layout I have a button, the start button. The second one, okay, that it's below, it is this one. It's similar to this, but it's below and it's horizontal arrangement game. Okay, so we have two layouts. Now both are at 75% of the screen, okay, and 85% for the width. So basically that is the idea. Okay, we are going to center everything inside these layouts. The screen, I set it, okay, so to portrait, and also we're going to set it to responsive. Okay, so the screen it is here, center and top. So now we're going to hide, just for this moment, the start horizontal arrangement, and we're going to work with the game. So for the game, inside in here we're going to add a canvas. Okay, here in drawing and animation, canvas, and we're going to set it to fill parent. So, and that's it, it is fill parent. We can change the background color to something like blue, and then we're going to add two sprites. One sprite it's for the player and one sprite it's for the coin. So we can just rename them, for example, coin sprite, and then you have image sprite, image Mario sprite. Basically that is the idea. So we can add the images for these sprites. For example, the picture for coin sprite, it is this, and this is for the other one, for Mario. That's it. Okay, so now we're going to use also a clock to move everything in the stage, probably two clocks, but right now we're going to use just one. and also we're going to need, okay, some buttons. So we're going to use some buttons. So we're going to add an extra layout. Remember that this is just like the horizontal arrangement. It is 75%, so we have some space in here. So we're going to add another layout, another horizontal arrangement, and this is for the buttons. So we're going to set this to 15%, and then do fill parent, center, and that's it. So we center and we add 3 buttons. Well, we can add just like 2, left and right, okay, just for now. So we are going to use button left, a button right. We're going to rename them as right. Now this is left, and also this guy is right. That's it. Okay, so we just change the names. We can use here this, and then we use the opposite. That's it. So we have these buttons, very simple buttons, just to move everything. Okay, so now it's time to go to the blocks, and of course we're going to create procedures. Okay, so let me just pause the video. Well, so basically this is what I have done. Okay, so first we need 2 result procedures, 2 extra result procedures. These are going to help us to calculate, okay, based on the percentage of the horizontal arrangement. Okay, so in this case, for example, I will place my sprites and I will scale them based on the proportion of this kind of horizontal arrangement that is a container. Okay, so now so I create this horizontal arrangement times h, this kind of variable, divided by 100. For example, if I have the value 100 divided by 100, it's equals to 1. So when you have something, okay, to 100, it will be like the 100%. Okay, so it will be like using all the space in the screen, for example, for the scale. So after you create these 2 procedures, okay, so let me make this thing bigger. Then we have to initialize Mario. First, I scale it. Okay, always you scale first and then you place. Okay, so I scale it using these procedures that we created, the result procedures, and then I just set it to the 20% of the height of the screen and the 15%. Then the position, it was 100%. That 100%, it means that it will go to the bottom of the screen. And finally, the X position, it's in the middle of the screen. Okay, using just 45% more or less. Now, then I initialized the coin. The coin, it was quite similar. So just the size, it was like 7%. In this case, I'm not using the width procedure because remember, the coin, it's a square. So it has the same values, okay, on all the sides. So that's why I just copy the value that we just calculated from the height. The next one, it is the position of the coin. Okay, it was just here. Okay, the Y, it was in 0%. So 0%, it means that it goes at the top of the screen, and X, it was 47%. Okay, so to have it probably more or less at in the middle of the screen. Okay, more or less. So now we need to load these procedures. Okay, remember that all the procedures are in one main procedure, that is initialize P. So right now I haven't added anything to these procedures, but don't worry, later on. So here I have the procedures, but now we need to insert this main procedure into this event, that is the screen initialize. So now if we go here, okay, and then we see this, okay, so we refresh the screen to see the changes. So I'm going to refresh the screen, and then we see companion, and here we have everything more or less. Okay, so everything in its place. in here. Now, as I show you, we have start game and horizontal arrangement game. So now we are going to make this to make a very simple start screen or whatever. So here in designer, we go here and we are going to go to this horizontal arrangement game. We're going to make it invisible. Then the horizontal arrangement star, we're going to make it visible. Then we are going to use this start button to appear this horizontal arrangement and to disappear this horizontal arrangement. Okay, so if we go to the blocks, we can do that. So we can create some procedures, or we can go here, we can use this in here, initialize everything else. So basically I added here in the start button this. When I press the start button, okay, it will make this container, the one with the button, invisible, and it will make the other one, the horizontal arrangement game, visible. Now let's see what happens now if we just do it. It's not placing everything because this process was called but the screen was not visible, okay, or the container. So now we need to drag this thing from here. Now we're going to refresh the screen 13. Then we go here and we are in the start screen. If we press start, we have an anything is happening, nothing is happening. Okay, so it's because sometimes the game takes some time, but if we do it again, we have everything placing here. So how to avoid that thing? Well, so you have many things that you can do. You can add a condition, okay, or you can again try it, this scaling thing. Well, to fix that, we're going to add an extra clock, okay? So we're going to try to fix this when we initialize. Sometimes things are not resizing, okay? Because App Inventor or App Builder, it doesn't have the time to do it, or maybe the graphics or whatever, okay? So this is just to make sure your scaling and placing it's correct. So the first clock, it will be the one to place everything. So we're going to call it, what about the settings clock, and the other is the animation clock, probably. Let's call it Mario clock right now. So we set them to 10 and disable. Now, just to fix this thing, I did this. So I have the initialize, I remove the initialize procedure, the main procedure, and then I have in my button horizontal as before, false. We make the horizontal arrangement, the game visible, and then this clock, the settings clock, we're going to activate it. Inside the procedure of the clock, we are going to insert this condition. If the Mario sprite high, it's different from the 20%, that is the size that we set it with the initialize procedure, it has a different value, that it's bigger or smaller. So we are going to run this procedure until we have this size. Then, else, if the size is correct, please disable the clock. Okay, so now, right now, we are going to go here to the app. We click start and place everything. Okay, so now we are just missing the first part, to move Mario. So we're going to move Mario. To move Mario, okay, so we're going to do this without interrupting the video. Okay, we're going to use the buttons. So we're going to use the buttons to move Mario. So in this case, check, we have Mario sprite and we want to move or change its X position. So we are not interested in the Y, okay? So we can use many things, okay? We can use point, direction, towards, etc. But we're going to use right now, okay, we're going to use X position. We're going to go here to Mario X position. And what it's the thing that we want. We want to update its position. For example, here, its current position. So Mario X current position plus, let's say, 1. We can change it later. So, and we are going to use the clock, okay? So basically that is the thing. Every time we press the button, so we want to have this thing. So we can just try it. We are going to go to Mario clock. So, and we're going to activate this clock when we press the button. In this case, if it's +1, it's moving to the right. Okay, so let's use this one here. Right now we are going to insert it in there. Oh, sorry, it's an ad. Well, and then we have here the clock, and we're going to activate the clock when we touch the canvas. Okay, or when we touch the button, so you can use that. For example, here, right button, when we touch the right button, we are going to activate the clock. So we're going to duplicate this, and then we're going to change it to Mario clock, and we're going to change this to true, and we're going to activate this. Now the Mario clock, it will run this procedure. Okay, so we are going to go for right procedure, sorry, and we're going to look for Mario move. That's it. So it will move it when we are like pressing this thing. Now we're going to stop this. If we check, we have different procedures in the buttons. For example, here, right, we have touch up, touch down. So we can just touch down because we are going to keep pressing the button. Okay, so we are going to change it because I guess it's better. We activate the clock, and now we're going to stop the clock when we touch up. Okay, so we're going to duplicate, and we're going to go to false. Now let's try to see what we have right now. So we go here. Well, let's update the values. We call it 12. We refresh. We have it this, and then we try the right. I'm going to use my finger. It's not moving, but it's trying to move. But there is something that it's stopping from moving, okay? So if we go here to the blocks, we check. Here, touch down, move Mario, its current position +1, and then we have that it's false, that it's so we need to see the problem. So the touch down. So let's use this. Well, I had to stop this, okay, because I was checking what was the mistake, and well, I just found it, okay, that it was this kind of loop because the clock wasn't disabled. So we need to modify here the settings clock if the same condition, and then we are going to call initialize P, and then we are going to set the settings clock disabled. Okay, that was the thing. The clock wasn't disabled, and it was like running and stopping this Mario to move. Well, not Mario, the rectangle. So we're going to refresh companion, and then we go here. Then we just go for start. We have placed it in place, okay, and then we just press this guy, and now it's moving. Okay, so now we need to move it now to the right, that it's the same, but we're going to use the clock, right? So well, if you want to use the same clock, not adding an extra clock to move Mario right and left, we're going to add some switches, or in this case some variables. So to do that, we're going to go for variables, and we're going to add left, or let's call it Mario direction, right? Mario direction, and we're going to set the default to an empty text. Then every time we press, for example, the right button, we are going to update the value of this variable. We're going to go here, Mario direction, and we're going to set it to right. So lowercase, no problem, and that's it. So now we're going to duplicate this button, and we're going to change it to the left button. Also for the touch up, left button. Now we have Mary clock, move Mario. So it's the clock, no problema. And now we're going to add a condition here. If we're going to insert this guy here, we're going to use logic here, or we can use text. I guess text it will be okay. We're going to compare the text. If Mario direction, it has the same text as right, so we run this procedure. Else, or else if, we can use else if, we duplicate this. If it's left, so we are going to what? We are going to subtract. Okay, so we can use the same, and we just change this to -1, and that's it. So now we try it, okay, to see what happens right now. So I press this, and it's doing the same. We are going to refresh this 20 and to see if we have any errors. That, remember, with App Inventor, okay, you have to fix and try. It's going again, so we go here and we check why it's going to the left. Check. I'm not changing this, so we change to left. Okay, so sorry, it was my mistake for just duplicating things. So that's it. We just refresh and we go to companion, start, right, left. If I press, it goes to the border, and then it goes to the right. You can control the speed by changing the number, or by changing, I guess by changing the number you can go for, what about 3 and -3? So we go here to this, and that's it. We have Mario right now. Well, this is the basic Mario. Now we're just missing the animation, but now we're missing the coin falling. The coin falling, I guess it has to be almost quite the same thing. It's going down, okay? So I guess that's the last part of this first part of tutorial, okay? So let's prepare everything. Okay, for the coin, we need to create an extra clock. So you are going to rename it to coin clock. You set it to 10, and then we go here. To this coin clock, we are going to insert the coin procedure, move coin procedure that was empty, but we're going to add something similar to Mario. I added coin sprite y to coin sprite y plus 3. Okay. Now I created another value that it is named coin speed. So we're going to use the coin speed in here. Right now it's 0, so it won't move this, but we're going to change that. Okay, so every time we start this value, it's going to be like getting a random value. So let's keep it like 4 right now. At the beginning it was 4, the speed, and then it will change. So now we are going to make it like this. So the coin, it will be like falling, and now stops. Okay, so also the position of the coin, it was here. If we go here to game, coin sprite, the Z, let's change it to 3 to be in front of Mario. Now if we go here, start, now it will be like in front. Now the coin is in here, so we need to reset its position every time it collides with the bottom of the screen. So to do that, so we're going to go here to coin, and then we're going to check collide, or we have edge reach. First with edge reach, every time we collide with an edge, but which edge? Let's check. We have edge, we have north, northeast, east. So we are interested in this edge. No, in this no. We are interested just in this edge. Okay, that is the bottom, that is the south. The south, it is -1. So we are going to add a condition, if logic, if edge equals to -1, that means that it's the south. So we're going to reset its position. Okay, so first we're going to reset its Y position and then its X position. So we're going to go for coin sprite X. Let's go for coin sprite X, and we're going to use the procedure about the percentage. For X we use the width. Yeah, don't worry. And we're going to set it to, let's just remove a little bit. We're going to set it to a random value between the, so we don't want our coin to be here. So this is the 0% and this is the 100% in the width. So probably from 20% to 80% it will be okay. So to avoid to collide with the borders, 20 to the 80% of the width of the container of the canvas. Okay, this is for X. For Y it's something similar. It will reset its position to, well, not similar, to 0%, okay, because it will be at the top. So we are going to use just 0. Okay, basically that is the idea. We insert it in here and then we go to companion. Check, we have this falling coin that it's going quite fast. Also, if you check, it's quite fast right now. So what about if we make the speed change, okay, every time it gets to the edge? Well, we're going to go for global coin speed to a random value between 1 and 4. Let's say 1 and 5. We just set it in here, we go here, and it will change its speed, of course. Well, I guess. Well, if we go here, we refresh everything. Then we just go here, we just press, and let's see what's happening. Yeah, it's changing speed a little bit, faster sometimes. Okay, that's okay. Now, if you check when it collides with our Mario, it's not happening anything. We want to have something in there. So we're going to use here coin sprite, and we're going to go to collide with. So I guess this is the last part, so let's go fast. So collide with. We're going to use again another condition, if. We're going to use logic, if other. Okay, so the thing that we are colliding, if the sprite it's equals to Mario sprite, so we want to reset. Okay, so if you check, this is a procedure to reset the position every time it has like a collision. Okay, so we can just use this in another procedure, and we are going to call it reset coin. We can drag all of these guys in here. We just drag them here, and we just call it in here, reset coin, and that's better, more organized. If we make some changes to this, okay, we can do it here, and this stays a little bit cleaner. Now this reset thing, every time we collide with Mario, we can call it in here. And then if we go to the designer and refresh everything, we see what we have so far. Okay, now if we touch it, and that's it. Okay, so basically that is the idea. Okay, so this is the first video. In the next video I will show you, okay, how to add a score, probably, and we're going to add some lives, okay, for this for the player. Lives, sorry. Okay, so we're going to add that thing. Okay, so, and that's for the next video, and we're going to work also with the animation. I hope you understood this thing. My name is Eduardo, and I hope you have really an interesting project with App Inventor or App Builder, like in this case. Okay, so I will see you next time. Please don't forget to like this video, okay, that helps me a lot. Well, bye bye. And also, if you're interested in some of my projects, okay, so you can check my Patreon page, okay, or also you can get some of these files, okay, with a little donation to my PayPal account. But if you need more information, just please write a comment and I will check it. So bye bye, my name is Eduardo, see you next time.